Hi, I'm Nick Connor with Team Builders Worldwide. Happy New Year and Happy Valentine's Day to you all. We want to welcome you to the first edition of the Team Builders Worldwide video newsletter. Throughout the year, we'll be sharing content with you all that you have asked us about, so please sit back and enjoy. Hello everyone, I'm Nick Connor. Welcome to this edition of Team Builders Worldwide video newsletter. Today we want to talk to you about change. Change is one of those subjects that comes up a lot in conversations when we do needs assessments with our clients. The thing about change is that it creates a lot of uncertainty in our business. And unfortunately for most of us, distrust becomes the offspring of uncertainty. So let's talk about the impact that has on the dynamics of teams and team development. We're very simply going to present the Tuckman model, or the stages of team development that you are very familiar with. We're talking about forming, storming, norming, and performing. Team Builders utilizes what's called dependency, conflict, cohesion, and synergistic. They're very similar. It's all about stages of development. The 5-star team performance indicator that we use with our programs actually will measure these stages, and we give back feedback to our clients. Now, forming. What's going on here? That's usually when a group gets together, brand new. We're trying to find out where do we fit in with things, where are we going, where's the direction. That's why we call it dependency, because looking for guidance from leadership. Who are we going to be when we grow up? How are we going to get there? A lot of ineptness that takes place. Now, once we move from forming or out of the dependency stage, we go into what's called storming or the conflict stage. This is an extremely important stage to deal with. Let me tell you why. When groups are storming, very much you start to see that conflict come out. Everybody thinks conflict is such a dirty word. It's not. We want conflict within our teams. We want to have that passionate, unfiltered debate that goes on in meetings. But very often what happens in this conflict stage is that the conflict happens someplace else, or it's unconstructive. And folks start taking things personally. You start to see silos form. You start to see camps develop. Now, one of 4 things will happen in this stage. We start thinking about storming and in conflict. Folks were either, number one, they could say, you know what, this is a bad idea. Let's call it a day. Let's just move on. We don't want to be a team. Unfortunately, most of you don't have that option. The second thing that will happen has 2 parts to it. Very often what will happen is teams will drift off over here and they'll go into what we call a task mode. Within a task mode, what's going to happen? You're going to be very much sucked into the work that you're doing. You will hear things like, well, that wasn't us, that was them. Or we did our stuff, talk to those guys. You will see the silos, you will see the camps. Now, the thing about the task mode is groups are fairly productive. Work does get done. Unfortunately, it's quality that suffers. The second thing that might happen is all of a sudden they operate over here in what we call the people mode. All right, so these guys have lunch with one another. They may even like each other. But the thing is, they do not deal with the issues at hand. You have very polite behavior going on, very political comments. Unfortunately, what happens here is we are not terribly productive. If I have my choice in the dysfunctions, I'll take this any day. At least we're getting some work done. But whether it's a task mode or a people mode, what we are finding is teams are trying to skip the storming stage. They're trying to operate within their norms. Now, when we talk about norms, we're talking about the rules of engagement. Do folks know what's acceptable, what is not acceptable? When they try to skip this stage, they will be able to operate in the norming stage for some time. But something will happen that will slap them back, right back into the stage that they truly belong in. We call that a dislocated or fractured team. Why? Well, if you've ever had the misfortune, which I have had twice, of separating my shoulder, this is what happens. My shoulder's clearly out of place. Doctor sees that, it doesn't look right. Doctor puts it back in place. Everything's fine, right? Wrong. There's a lot of pain associated with that, a lot of damage. Muscle, tissue, you name it. Same thing's going on here with teams. They're dislocated, they're out of place. Something happens, puts them back into place, but a lot of damage has been done. Normally that'll manifest itself in trust issues, confidence within the group, communication breakdowns, a lot of things. Basically, this group is not in a healthy mode. It takes some time for them to heal. So what we want in this stage, obviously, is we want folks to find ways to deal with conflict. You see, the simple The simple reason that you disagree with me, even for a split second, makes me think differently about my position. We want folks disagreeing with one another. The challenge that people have is that when they leave the room, they need to be on board. There's nothing wrong with you disagreeing. You can disagree all day long. But when you walk out of this room, we all have to be on the same page. That's the problem teams are operating with. It's that lack of commitment once they leave the room. That's what we call bobblehead meetings, by the way. What's a bobblehead meeting? You all know what a bobblehead is. You hit the head, bobblehead does this. Everybody's in the meeting going, oh, y'all on board? Everybody agree? Oh, yeah, we all agree. But if you can read people's thoughts, you know they're lying to you. You'll hear things like, oh, this is never going to work. Oh, my God, our leader's crazy. That's a bobblehead meeting. That's what happens when we try to skip this stage. Very important that we work through our conflict and we allow folks to address conflict. If we are fortunate enough to move forward, get into that cohesive stage, that's where you start to see the good stuff happen. You start to see more candor with the group. You know it's a more trusting environment. There's even a sense of pride that comes out of it. We start to see production at its best. Now, if we move out of the norming stage, which, by the way, allows us to set the rules of engagement. What's the culture? What are we allowed? What are we not allowed to do? And do we hold folks accountable when they go outside of these boundaries? Once we move past that, we're operating in a synergistic mode or the performing stage. We're reaping the fruits of our labor. This is the good stuff. Now you see folks walking around with a sense of pride, a real sense of team. They even stick up for one another. The thing that you need to realize about team, guys, is there is no rule in the rule book of teams that says you all have to like each other. You can dislike each other all day long, but you must respect one another. That's the difference. Going back to the storming stage, nobody said you had to agree either. You may disagree all day long. You just have to be on board. That is what moves us through these stages of development. The last thing I want to talk about is the change that I mentioned earlier. What happens with change? Well, guess what? We're operating in a forming stage. Change occurs. Whoa, right back here. You reform, you restorm, you renorm, and hopefully you perform. This happens on a regular basis. New leadership, new team membership, a new project. This all creates the recycling of team development. And the next issue we want to talk about is, well, how do we assimilate new team members faster? How do we work through that change quicker? Because unfortunately, this takes time and this could impede growth. There are tools, there are ways for us to move through this cycle much faster. So please, come back next time, find out how we do that. And remember, if you only use it once, it's stealing. If you use it more than once, it's been research. So please, take it, have fun, talk to you next month.